out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Arizona Cardinals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Go! Here we go, set, 18, Gator. 55, get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Hey, high 7, 2.
On first down, Byers. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Rushing, escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. After the sack on 1st down, Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Geis, they'll try to run it. takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down, Byers. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
At the 37-yard line.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Hey, orbit. I-55. Ready. You about to go.
To throw on second down. Rushing. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deron Payne racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
He's going to air one out, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw on 3rd down. Rushing. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 22.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set, ready, 10 logo. 54 Mike. Bring it! Bring it! Check. Shoot!
Now Riddick. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Cardinals nothing.
Here we go, set, 50, plant. Here we go. Hey, Charlie. Here we go. Go. 55, Mike, 55. Here we go, night. Sounds like night. 50, deep grip.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rushing. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Riddick with a carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
2nd and 10. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Looking to throw. Rushing. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Arnold. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that,
he can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Daron Payne, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Let's go, defense.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. It's Geis on the counter. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Geis showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for 1st down.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey, take
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Switch gears.
They'll run with Geis. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Haskins on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. 54, Mike. 54, go. 54, watch the fire.
On first down, rushing. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw. Rushing. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, rushing. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Eluding the pressure right. It's wearing the tight end with it. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And this one is right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Haskins now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Here's Geis. And some space here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
First down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Drop deep, drop deep.
They go play action with Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And some room to work. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 26-yard line.
We go. 8 read.
All day. All day.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set, ready? 10-2 start.
Eat. Who that? Who that?
Set, go.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. To throw on second down. Rushing. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Hey, exit. Spot.
On third down, rushing. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. He'll have a first down past the 40. Touchdown, Washington! Darius Geis with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Let's go! At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Looking to throw on second down. Rushing. He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Bioski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check.
Out of the gun, Geis. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Sponge! No!
On play action, Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Oh, good move. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. That kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, rushing. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
55. Double dog. That's the way.
On the ground, it's Reddick. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Right there.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Set, 8, read. 45. Hey, Echo. Check 45 to Mike. Check. Yo, Cheetah, snap.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Looking to throw. Rushing. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check Mike 45. I'm coming after you. 45, Mike, 45. Yep. Know your job. Hey. Mike, 45. Hey, what? 5.
On 4th down. Rushing. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check. Watch out.
On the ground, it's Geis. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
I'm going to come back to you. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike.
2nd and 5 now. Haskins. And he's got his man on the out route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey. You don't want me. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Play action. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hey, you ain't going nowhere. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Here we go.
Throwing on third and long. Haskins. Going right side here, and that's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on,
the pressure gets to him again. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here as he's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Set, ready, 2, Pittsburgh. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Mike 52. Go. No gain on this defense. No gain. New Mike 52. Mike 52. Off. I got you, boy.
Throwing on third and long. Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go, take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Ready to break.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Go. 54. So we got man.
Operating from the gun. Rushing. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deron Payne. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Ready, set.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Check. 45 to Mike.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rushing. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Deron Payne. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Redskins, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.